مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما. So inshallah, we're going to continue with our subject of Shamail. So we're on chapter 12 now. So if you want to put the date, and the title is the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, manner of walking, sitting and lying down. So first this is from Abu Huraira, who said, never have I seen anything more beautiful than the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was as if the sun permitted from his face. Moreover, I have never seen anyone walk as fast as the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was as if the earth was folded up for him. We would try ourselves out whilst he would carry on regardless. It's mentioned that when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he used to walk, he would walk with vigor, like walking with with purposefulness, and in a sort of very fast pace as well. He would lift his leg up, not in a sort of like dragging his leg or anything like that. And it's mentioned by Sayyidina Ali as well that when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to walk, it was as if he was like sort of like sort of going down, like a declining basically, because his head would be sort of looking down, his face would be looking down to the ground, and he'd be walking at a very fast and fast pace. And the Sahabas also mentioned that they would get tired, or they couldn't keep up with the pace of the Prophet ﷺ. Even some of them, even when there were Sahabas who were quite young, like people like Abu Huraira and Sayyidina Ali, they were very young compared to Prophet ﷺ. They would get tired of keeping up with the Prophet ﷺ. And it's also mentioned that Prophet ﷺ, whenever he walked, he used to walk, he would there's the earth is rolling up like towards him. So it's a way of describing that he used to walk in such a way. And one of the best way that I could give a description is like when you're going down an escalator, like you see the person, it's like they're going very fast, it's like almost like they're going down. That's a good example, or good to give. Kayla bin Makrama relates that she saw the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the masjid sitting in Qurfasa position. She said, when I saw the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sitting humbly, I suddenly trembled in fear. So Qurfasa is a position where somebody sits, it's like sitting. Person would sit on his bottom, on his back, and lifting both knees up, and both sort of thighs sort of facing the chest basically. So it's like almost like that, and with your both arms, you might want to see it, okay, with both hands around the leg and holding it. So that's one way. The other one is sitting on the other way is it's mentioned that is sitting on your back and sitting on the either left, or usually on the left, feel like almost like a tayyat position, but the right knee lifted up, so that the thigh part sort of facing touching the chest and lifted up, and your arms around it. Okay, and it is also mentioned that one of the companions who was sitting with the Prophet ﷺ at that time, he said, "O Messenger of Allah ﷺ, the poor woman has been terrified." And then Prophet ﷺ, he wasn't looking at her because she was sort of from behind the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet replied, "Oh poor woman, you must compose yourself." And when she heard that, she mentioned that any fear that she had left. She felt like calm and composed. So you could see that Prophet ﷺ, he made everyone feel happy, content, composed, calm. The next is from Abdullah ibn Zayd, relates that he saw the Prophet ﷺ lying down in the masjid with one leg over the other. And Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, when the Messenger of Allah ﷺ would sit in the masjid, he would do so by tucking his legs up tightly to his stomach, ihtibada, with his hands. So the ihtibada is similar to the Qurfasa position. The other one relates that when Prophet ﷺ, he would be lying down in the masjid, sometimes having a rest, and he would have his one leg over the other. Obviously, you don't have your feet facing towards the Qibla, because that is a bad adab. That's it. So we're going to stop there. So may Allah SWT give us the tawfiq to act upon some of the sunnahs. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.